Hey everybody, Snagging It as here for another playoff game in the Nexus Gaming series. This is week 2, the semifinals. We're gonna have Team Freelo versus Tilted Miners, and joining me today we got Dankstrom. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on tonight. Excited to see some two really good Division A West teams go at it.
Yeah, and you're actually part of the Division A West here. I believe you're on Team Trump, and so you played both these teams. How'd that go?
Yeah, the real ultimate mosh pit. Tilted Miners. We split the series, and Freelo 2-0'd us, but it was definitely a fun series. They're both well skilled teams, and we were ex members. We got knocked out earlier this week, but I'm excited to watch this game and see who goes to the finals.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Team Freelo, kind of the number one seed right now. Tilted Miners in the regular season, Tilted Miners I think ended at number 4, I believe. So then, so it should be pretty close, honestly. And then these games can go either way. But let's move on to some of the kind of key information for this matchup for some of you guys to pay attention to look out for. So during the season matchup, then when these two teams played each other in the season, Freelo won 2-0. They played in week 5, so it's kind of in the middle of the season. I think we had a 7-week season, so kind of farther in the late side. Freelo finished with 9 wins, 3 draws, 0 losses, which means they never got dominated. Tilted Miners, on the other hand, came out with 5 wins, 6 draws, and 1 loss. So, I mean, they're definitely up there. Those draws, these are best of 2s in the regular season. So, those draws don't really show the whole story because they don't get that third game in there. And some things that Tilted Miners is probably going to be looking for in this matchup is they're going to really want to be precise and execute their drafts correctly. We've seen how they drafted before. They have a lot of type of blow up comps that if they get those executions on point, they're going to look really scary. They might try to catch some of their drafts with catch Freelo off guard, kind of get them on their edge, make sure that's something that that Freelo might not be anticipating, to make sure that they can keep on the toes. Honestly, and then so we should see a Tomb or an Infernal Shrines banned from Freelo because those are the 2 best maps for Tilted Miners. But actually, if you see on the bottom of the screen, Freelo actually banned Sky Temple, and Tilted Miners banned out Infernal Shrines. So some other tips for Freelo to win this game that we're going to be looking for is not to get tilted. Haha. they need to be they really gonna want to look out for some possible cheesy comps coming out of Tilted Miners. Tilted Miners is technically the underdog coming into this, so they don't want to be, again, like I said before, caught off guard. I believe Freelo is going to want to try to get Tilted Miners away from that Blaze and Stukov that they really like. They really prioritize Blaze and Stukov. I think there was already a joke once that Ruchtel, he's just the Stukov player in chat. And Tilted's highest win rate maps are actually Tomb and Volskaya, but as we saw, Freelo has already banned Sky Temple. So first game is actually going to bring us to Dragonshire. Now talk about that a little bit, Dankstrom.
So Dragonshire here is actually Freelo's first pick. They've only played it once this season against Team Maroon. It's a very macro-heavy map. You're always going to have to control basically 3 different points on the map to get the objective, and it's a really fun map in my opinion. It also helps those teams that are a little bit better organized, more coordinated, to show a little bit more domination. There's also a few different ways you can play it. Global, some sort of push, try to get merc camps. Just kill the other team. So I think this first map is going to kind of be a precursor to see how well each team's going to do, and if one team dominates this pretty convincingly, I think you might see that headed on to the rest of the series.
Yeah, and so this was map picked by Team Freelo, so which means Tilted Miners gets the first ban, and they're actually going to ban out the Deckard right away. A surprising ban for a healer right off the first ban.
Yeah, I think it's almost maybe trying to bait Freelo, like ban out Stukov. Let's go into a healer choke fight of one sort or another. Looking through Tilted Miners' history, I actually don't see much in the way of a Hanzo ban previously from them. So this is something a little bit different. Tilted's known for running a lot of different compositions. So I think it's kind of interesting that they might just be trying to get rid of something that's going to counter their cheese that they're intending on running.
Yeah, but I can't imagine Kane really has any big does any specific counters to anybody, honestly. But and then like you said, they ban out the Stukov, so which is Ruchtel's favorite pick. So there is going to go into a healer choke.
And what they're kind of doing right now is they're targeting out Skigum. They're just stealing his Genji. He's kind of known for that. It's his most played hero for Freelo. And so Tilted Miners do a little bit of research, and they're known for running these blow-up comps, and Genji can kind of actually help them still do that if they care to, while stealing a very strong pick away from Freelo.
Yeah, I mean, there's still the option of Maiev. Maiev is very strong in this map. Definitely one of the more... it does have some rotation to it if you can execute the rotation precisely, especially when the tower or essentially the beacons are open. But Maiev with that rotation, if she's able to get some of those picks, it is another favorite from Skigums along with Tracer. So, and there's the Maiev.
Yeah, but I actually was going to talk about generally what Team Tilted Miners does is they actually generally, in over half their games, have first banned out Maiev. So that change does give Maiev up probably to Skigum still, and picking up the Malfurion. So what do you think? Do you think that Tilted Miners is going to pick up their support here, or try to let it drop to the second half?
Well, they picked up one of their supports at least. They were kind of showing this wombo combo that they're going to look for here with the Varian Tyrande. Kind of that there is no Stukov though, because I mean one of the big parts of this Varian Tyrande combo is the silence right underneath the taunt, so nobody can do anything about it. But I wonder what they're going to use to kind of help with that wombo. Maybe a Brightwing.
Yeah, try to figure out any sort of extra CC or even additional burst damage. I'd be kind of curious if Dragonshire isn't that common for this, but trying to go an Abath or supportless comp with this Tyrande, this Genji, this Varian, these characters that can be self-sustaining to some extent. And I'm really surprised a little bit about these few drafts. Both teams have generally highly prioritized Blaze picking up in the top half of the draft. He has not done that so far. Tilted's just going for this blow up, and I see why they banned the Decker now because of that. Yeah,
I mean, he does the shield. So Freelo banning out Lucio, providing more of a healer choke. That does provide a lot of the sound barrier, can allow Genji to go in with Dragon Blade or Varian Tyrande. A lot of times you'd almost want sound barrier on the other team against the blow up because of the sound barrier, but that might show that Freelo is going to look the remaining 3 pieces of the draft to go into a little bit more of burst. I mean, they're still got Blackout's pick as the range DPS, and then obviously it's a roundabout with tank and solo lane. So yeah, I would imagine seeing here that Tilted is probably going to look to limit the solo laner. I would imagine is their probably next biggest annoyance. Maybe the tank.
Yeah, I mean, banging a Blaze here is decent. Maybe he doesn't rotate down that often, but anytime in a late game team fight, any sort of save mechanic, and actually, yeah, we talk about save mechanics, they ban out Medivh instead. Any sort of save mechanics against this Varian Tyrande and Genji blow up composition, I think is what they need to get rid of. Yeah. So with this, I think it's really interesting. I'd like to see Freelo do is try to punish Tilted Miners just wave clear as well.
That's true. They already showed Varian, they already showed Tyrande, they already showed Genji, which have essentially no wave clear between the 3 of them. And one person's going to be in the solo lane.
And you got to support, so it's probably going to be a Rhaegar just for lightning shield, in my opinion. But we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, well, I mean, that tank pick doesn't help with your wave clear too much, but it's just the garage just have very little.
Yeah, it's a tank, but picking up some heavy wave clear, something that doesn't have to be in the front line to do that. Junkrat. I think Gul'dan may be a little bit vulnerable, but even a Gul'dan, something that long range wave clear that just kind of something.
They pick up their solo laner with the Sonya. So yeah, I mean they're leaving that last pick as their flex essentially to see who's going to be the least punished by this Varian Genji.
Yeah, and I like the Sonya pickup because that removes a tool from Tilted Miners who like to run a Leap Sonya, and that's just an addition into this Varian Tyrande lockdown blow-up composition. So I kind of see that a bit of a steal from on the side of Freelo. It must be what be going through their head.
Yeah, do they still...
The Garish pickup is not a common pick for Freelo, though, and so I think that's just them trying to respect Tilted Miners' blow-up potential.
Yeah, I mean, taunt, you have throw away. If Varian goes on anybody, he can at least throw him away to maybe try to get away from the taunt, or even taunt the Genji once he jumps in. But do you think Tilted Miners is going to pick up their favorite Blaze here? Don't know if it will go. I mean, there's still another stun lock with the Varian combo. It will help in the solo lane. It won't win it. Sonya should still beat out Blaze pretty hard, and the Dragonshire is very important solo lane map.
Yeah, I think it's Blaze or Dahaka. I'd like Dahaka.
Or neither.
Or neither, or Arthas, it turns out. Arthas has an interesting matchup into Sonya, and it's got waffled back and forth. It used to be Sonya would win the early game, Arthas would have been mid, and it'd be about even more skill-based, and then start slowly sliding back to Sonya by late game again. She had some balance changes. Arthas just received some balance changes. He has better block charges now, but he loses out some armor. I actually not sure anymore who'd win this. More recently, it's felt like Sonya has been able to beat Arthas through to the mid game.
Yeah, as long as
Sonya,
be
an interesting matchup.
As long as Sonya takes block to stop away from the Arthas charge tech, then it's usually in favorable for Sonya all the time. I think 1v1 on the point might be favorable for Arthas, but in the wave, it's 100% Sonya.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and even for Arthas to kind of contest some of that Sonya. He has a really unique build as well of that rune tap. So I'm also interested in this Uther pickup. That's a lot of melee. Arthas does have some wave clear, and I don't really see it, but could they put Vary in the soul lane if Arthas is your main tank just for the extra wave clear?
Is that wave clear even worth it, honestly? They do. They have no wave clear. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I think that is, but what do you think? What is Tilted Miners? How are they going to win this game then with that tough lack of wave clear? Is it just consistent kills every single every 10, 15 seconds?
Well, the thing is that those kills don't even turn online until level 4. You already messed up my stuff. So yeah, the kills don't turn online until level 4 for Varian. Arthas is going to be, I mean, he has another lockdown, but it's just a root. So Malfurion actually gets away from that.
Swap. I mean, you could lane swap the Varian, put the Varian up in top lane for the first 4 levels, toss Arthas in as a green tank, and swap them up as needed. That's what's kind of neat with this Varian option. He just got a 10% health boost, so Twin Blades and Colossus Smash have been improved. So I don't think Colossus Smash is necessarily viable in the solo lane, but Twin Blades arguably might be into the Sonya.
Yeah, I mean, Twin Blades does help you win that solo lane. But I just feel like it's going to hurt their late game a lot, especially into a Jaina that's slow and the Maiev with another melee person to add to her resets.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of the Dahaka, but we'll see how this plays out. Maybe some of these early talents will give us a clue on how this is going to play out.
All right, so let's go into game number 1 of Team Freelo versus Tilted Miners. We got Hollis on the Garrosh, Skigum on the Maiev, Tythel on the Sonya, Richard Gere on the Malfurion, and Blackout on that Jaina.
And on the side of Tilted Miners, we have Jace on Arthas, I Just Fizz on Varian, Echo over on Genji, Rukdal on the Tyrande, and Arwolf on Uther. So Rukdal's actually on the pseudo support.
Yeah, that's what they messed up those little assignments there, because I was assuming the healer was going to be on Uther, but, they had to debate me. But that Tyrande hit right off the bat, get that free vision.
And we talk about the Sonya talent being really important. She's actually holding it. You might want to wait to see who is in the solo lane first.
Yeah, that's really smart. So many solo laners will pick their talents right off the bat, and it's actually very crucial, especially for Sonya, of what they go with. Honestly, I think block is still the pick no matter who she goes against, but we'll see how it goes. I believe, wave clear is actually kind of evened out. Freelo has been pretty passive, looking for the kills, honestly, more than anything else.
Yeah, they're putting lots of damage. They've got some good throws, but Hollis is being slowed by this Arthas so much. I mean, I think, Echo does a great kill off the Genji.
Yeah, first kill of the game going to Team Tilted. I mean, it took them a long time to get that kill, so I believe they did miss about basically a full wave clear up top. Tyrande, though.
On the bottom, I mean, she has to drop here with Skigum on that Maiev. He's got, I think, 2 3-man bonds already. I mean, he's stacking that level 1 talent fast. Yeah,
it's only been a minute in, and he's halfway in. And look at this aggression. Since they already killed the Tyrande, they've seen the rotations from the other 2 team, and they're just going to invade this camp.
Yeah, I mean, Jaina is one of the best ones to take those early camps. Just drop some Blizzard, get that burst damage on there. It's fast. So that's I like that steal. It's really really bold play.
Yeah, we're probably, and then going back to their own siege camps just to put some more pressure. And just taking a quick look at this solo lane, Sonya actually went Furious Blow.
Yeah, I was about to mention that.
I mean, that also works in the solo lane. It kind of acts the same as a Malthael. I don't know if you've ever done the new Sonya into new Malthael, but Furious Blow actually wins the lane at level 1.
See, I've not seen that Furious Blow work really well yet. It's kind of funny. All the tanks trying to tank Hollis's throw here. He's just taking so much damage. They just burst him down. I mean, they're just the Tyrande vulnerability just killing Garrosh.
It doesn't help that he walked into towers there. Taking a little bit of extra damage, never the best thing. But same thing with Sonya on the top lane. Kind of looking for that Arthas skill. Like we said before, I believe Sonya will definitely hold that top lane pretty easily. So it's really going to come down to Freelo and Tilted Miner's rotation and kills on the bot lane. And Varian, no, they're level 4, so they have this kill comp now. They have the taunt Tyrande. We'll see if it plays out.
I'm just curious if they're just looking to kill Garrosh every single time to some extent. I mean, they've killed him twice already, and if they just, don't show Garrosh any respect and just work on killing the tank, it might be a viable option.
Kiggles with a huge 3-man pull again. She's coming in after the team's done and saying, no, we're still fighting. And he's almost, I mean, literally 3 minutes in. He only needs 2 more. He's probably going to get that in the next 30 seconds.
If you have Sonya sneakily just getting some Devil Soak down in mid and waiting for this to come up. Echo's not going to let him have it, but he was just waiting there in the bush getting a little bit of side soak.
Why is Arthas not taking the top one? They're just going to give this first dragon off for free. I feel like Arthas could have easily just sat on top of that. As soon as Genji saw Sonya in that mid lane, Arthas should have gone and take top tower. But, first dragon doesn't do too much.
Yeah, and you actually will notice that Tilted Miners has a very slight XP lead. That's going to drop here, but you also have to realize that these towers don't have much XP, not as much XP anymore. They got dropped by about 25% apiece. So Freelo's not going to get a huge advantage out of this. They'll take 2 towers, but it's less than it was before.
Yeah, they might get a tower on bottom at this point, but that dragon's pretty hurt, especially taking all this poke damage from the Genji. So yeah, first dragon, not really giving them any type of level lead. I think the only difference is that the Maiev went top lane to get that soak, whereas Arthas is just now rotating.
Yeah, I mean, so they got maybe a third to a half level lead, and that's about it.
But if they pick up any more kills here, that's always an option. Dragon's gonna be done, Sunny's gonna be here for damage.
This the Jaina controlling this front line has just been great so far.
And right when he comes out of Dragon, Hollis throws the Varian, gets the kills. Like, we don't care that you got some more health for this patch. We're still gonna blow you up with the Jaina and Sonya.
We're gonna kill you. Yeah, the Varian effectively in the taunt, I think lost about 3% effective head points compared to armor, but Echo barely getting out, having to swift strike out over. But yeah, so Varian has a few less effective hit points in his taunt form. I don't think that really would have helped him there at bottom anyways.
No. But it was very quick reactions of his team to, like, Dragon does do that knockback, and it seemed like Varian actually got knocked north upwards and able to get a free. But this is gonna be a 4v5 invade for the Varian here. Nah, Arthas is gonna rotate it away. Varian now is in a bad spot. He can easily be thrown into the towers.
Yeah, Hollis not actually he does have it up. Never mind. So I don't know why he didn't look to toss him in there and get another kill just on Aegis Fizz. But Aegis Fizz is playing towards their win condition. We're looking for kills. They know they don't have.
There he goes.
There's the throw.
I mean, getting a little bit more value target on the Uther, so I guess it worked out. They got. I think they kind of just baited Tilted into say, hey, keep walking in here. We'll do it again. Or maybe Hollis just remembered that he could do that.
I don't know. It's kind of interesting. So they're going like this is them playing their game. They're looking to get these kills up on top. They're waiting for the whirlwind, and then they just burst her down.
Yeah, good rotation. Since they already lost the Uther on the bottom, they know they couldn't contest. So rotating up to at least get some value, and I'd imagine we'd probably see them rotate to some type of Merc camps now.
Yeah, but this is really going to be really tough for Tilted Miners to deal with in the bot lane. They're going to have a Night Camp pushing in, and not having that wave clear is going to be hard to save this fort, actually. And if this fort goes down, I think that's going to give Freelo level 10.
Yeah, this giant has literally 100 health left, but still chucking away on that damage.
You got to get Richard Gere to put a heal on him.
So. Come on, healer, heal the minions.
So there we go. Yep, taking that fort down does give them Tim. They lock it in immediately with Warden's Cage, Twilight Dream, Leet, Warlord's Challenge, and Jaina holding out for a second.
Does go the Ring of Frost. Actually surprising. So I talked to Richard a lot, and he actually prefers the Tranquility over Twilight Dream most matches. But at this point, he's saying, you know, with the dive count that they have, we're going to want to silence that Genji and Varian.
Yeah, I mean, if that Genji ever comes in, you silence him, then he just can't get out and kill him. So I kind of like that a little bit.
Wow. What a pick from Maiev from Skigums there. Able to hit it on the minion wave as well. So he did get one more stack and hit the Genji. Make sure that anti-mobility that the Maiev brings in. Securing that kill.
Yeah, and both of them having that ability to secure kills at this point as well. It's kind of neat because neither team has a global to exploit, and I think you're going to feel a lot of options like this where one team controls one side, then they get a pick, but they lose control of the other side.
Yeah, both teams have a taunt. They both have a root. Granted, there's more stuns on the side of Tilted Miners. We haven't really seen a full combo come out yet. Maybe right here. Yeah. Almost got away with it actually.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting if Ring of Frost is going to come out here, try to get the wipe.
But the counter kills with the Maiev, bring out the Warden's Cage and the Twilight Dream, actually knocking him just on the outside edge, securing 2 kills for 2 kills. So, but I think this is still in favor of Freelo just because of the people that are alive.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have your main support up. Rucktel's going to try to keep Eiko alive. Because if you had a main support up still, let's say Rucktel died rather than Arwolf, Eiko can do a lot more havoc on that back line.
Yeah, and in the top lane, we actually saw Sonya try to duel out Arthas on the point. Arthas forced to pop Army of the Dead and forcing a leap away from Sonya to not die. Actually, I didn't realize.
Two more ultimates used.
Yeah. I actually didn't realize Genji must have sniped that well on top lane. That's actually a very cheeky play to make sure that Sonya cannot tap well anymore.
Yeah, that actually really helps tilt that in Arthas' favor at this point.
Yeah. So this is where we get into that weird kind of cat and mouse type deal on Dragonshire where you want to fight over mid to delay. You have somebody rotate around to try to steal points. A big taunt from Garrosh with the blow up from Jaina. Like that wasn't even a contestation.
Yeah, Skigum going out there with all of his Qs, just those fans of knives melting him. So this should definitely go over to Freelo. They already have a minion wave plus siege camp pushing up bot. You know, I gotta imagine that they're just gonna drive this bot and look for a keep here.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's almost worth it if they can hold. Oh, they gotta take it before Arthas gets top. Oh, he did not delay by barely.
Like 1 pixel.
Yeah, that was so close. Arthas must be so pissed.
So yeah, you know, that was really a heads up from Tythel anyways to make sure that he did that.
Yeah, at least got on the side of it. But look at that, they're actually ignoring that mid fort, saying that we're just gonna push Twilight Dream actually coming out on the other side of the gate, not really gonna get any value out of it other than scaring them. But we're gonna be looking for Garrosh is gonna be looking for another throw. There's a lot of damage here still.
So they're looking just at keep wall instead and trying to let those mercenaries push bot and maybe just get a little more value out of that. I mean, they have a Dragon Knight. They know the other team doesn't have good wave player.
Picking the invulnerable, actually forcing out Divine Shield onto the Varian. That's not something you want to see using your Divine Shield on a tank. Sonya going on the leap on the Genji, not able to finish off the kills. It looks like she must not have had the spear available.
Jace just now coming down. He gets kicked out immediately, and I think Freelo secures this mid keep and then just backs out. There's about 10 seconds left on this Dragon Knight.
Yeah, I mean, being a keep down 10 minutes in, they're still, I mean, Tilted's still not level 13 yet. Another throw immediately followed up with the kill. And a nice Ring of Frost still hitting Arthas. Man, they're just raking in these kills now. The Warden's Cage keeping Arthas in here for forever. And what a root.
I mean, Eiko getting lots of damage down. The Dragon Blade doing some work in the back. But the lockdown just killing him in the end.
Yeah, and actually they keep getting MVP for Tilted Miners, securing the kill on Skigums. Got a little. They kept fighting. They were just gonna run it down mid. You know, if it works, it works. They're almost level 16.
Yeah, we talked about those Mercs on bot, and I just Fizz is just now dealing with it. The Merc did take you know, a tower in that front mid wall. You know, looking at the some of the quest talents here, Lion's Maw is almost done. It's 25 out of 30. You have Lunar Blaze at 11 out of 22 for Tyron. So they're trying to get those things done, but those are some big power spikes once that does happen. Like, you know, Tilted Miners just can't lose any more keeps before then.
Yeah, so at this point, you're down a keep in mid lane. which is honestly probably the best lane to be down to keep on this map. What did Tilted Miners do to really try to swing back? They probably have another minute until Dragon phase is up.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard right now. What you want to do is hit 16 preferably.
But 3 levels
down. The problem
is
is
so
they don't have they don't have the wave clear to kind of do that. So you have to kind of look for a 5v4 pickoff.
Yeah. I mean, that's essentially, as long as Freelo stays as 5, they should be able to win every team fight. So Uther kind of just walking up to Garrosh asking to be thrown.
He just wants value out of trait.
Yeah. More heals. Another huge... What a timing on those ultimates.
That's a 4-man Ring of Frost set up by Hollis's Groundbreaker.
I feel like the Ring of Frost actually came out before the Groundbreaker hit. And so, I mean, that was a heads-up play from both of them to make sure that they can just follow up on combos. I mean, these abilities are just synergizing so well together. They're just all comboing their stuns and roots together.
I mean, Echo's... Oh, I mean, he has to die out of that. So, Skigum getting that nice tether on him.
Yeah, it's actually the tether. The dash killed him because he tethered out of range. It's kind of interesting. But that's going to be game number 1. Going pretty quickly. 13 minutes to Team Freelo.
Team Freelo with a 3-level lead and pretty consistent 19 kills to 6 into a kill composition. So I think Tilted is going to want to play something a little different. Go back a little more of their comfort picks on how they want to play.
Yeah, so I mean,
they're not gonna steal stuff from Skigum anyways. I think that proved you're not gonna isolate Skigum out of a hero he's not gonna be good on.
I mean, that brings to the question of why ban Kayn. Like, what did Kayn do against them that might have been more detrimental than Maiev or a Genji or a Tracer?
So he's kind of similar, I guess, in my opinion. Just explain it. It's at level 7, he gets a 30% damage reduction. So if you're looking for a burst and Kayn gets that damage reduction, you lose 30% of your damage to kill a target. Additionally, he has a root to prevent any sort of engage and an instant sleep or Lornado if you want to just make that space and just clear that target. Or if you think they're going to kill him, you just sleep all of them. You get a counter engage on it as well. I kind of think you'd want to. I think they didn't ban Medivh first because they didn't want to telegraph that composition they're doing. But I can understand why they're going to ban out the Deckard Kayn anyways.
Yeah. So this is going to take us to game number 2, and since Tilted Miners lost, they get to pick whether they have first pick or map pick, and they ended up picking the map, and they're actually going to bring us to Volskaya. And noting back to that keys of the game, that Volskaya, they actually have a what did you say, Dangstrom, 100% win rate on this map?
On Volskaya here, let me look that up really quick. Are you asking about Freelo or Tilted Miners?
Tilted Miners, they're the one that picked. Yeah.
Yeah. So Volskaya, Tilted Miners have played it 5 times. And they've won every single map. And having played them before on Volskaya, I know they're very good at it, and that they have some options that they want to play anyways. So I think it's a solid map. They probably have a draft designed around this. They're going second pick. And if you're Freelo, I think you need to try to figure out what that is. Last time they tried to go with the Tyrande kill comp, which I believe Freelo actually ran last week, throwing something back at Freelo.
That Freelo ran it?
I believe Freelo ran a Tyrande comp last week, actually.
That's I don't believe it.
I could be wrong, but I think it was Freelo that did that.
All right, just getting the lobby here set up. So what's Freelo's? Do you have any stats on Freelo on this map? I mean, obviously they already know that they've won and drawn a lot, but has this been their least?
So Freelo has probably scrimmaged on this map, but they have yet to play Volskaya actually in the regular season of NGS or in playoffs yet. Really? So we don't have much stats on them for this. Their kind of favorite are the Infernal Shrines and Tomb of the Spider Queen, which is why you saw Tilted Miners ban out Infernal Shrines. Team Freelo has a 100% 7-0 win rate on Infernal Shrines, 100% 7-0 win rate on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Those are just their go-to brawly maps.
Yeah. So I mean, it's actually quite surprising that we have not seen Freelo play this map in the regular season. I'll be interested to see what their comp's going to be for it then. I'll just go standard.
I think that's what Freelo does best. They just play a consistent standard game. They put Skigum on a melee hero that can make plays, and the whole team is just solid. They work so well together. You saw, like you said, the ring came out first. How often is that you get a ring come out first that hits 4 people? Hollis come up with the follow-up groundbreaker, get the stuns in. So it was pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely. Like I mean, it's something to say. That's why they were the #1 team for Division A West this season. I mean, you can see in that game their synergies with their abilities was just on point most of the time. They didn't even overlap like ultimates. Like there was a Ring of Frost that came out, then a Warden's Cage came out afterwards, then the leap on just a solo person that might have lived through all of that anyways.
Yeah.
So
I always thought it was really interesting as well picking up the Garrosh, because that is literally Hollis's first game on Garrosh in NGS as well. So a few firsts coming out tonight.
Garrosh is a pretty easy hero. It's pretty easy to carry on him, so I can't imagine it's not a comfort pick for Hollis. But
they have other options. They typically go to a Johanna, Diablo. Both of them have seen recent changes, but I was surprised he didn't go with the Johanna actually on last map, but he went with Garrosh and it worked well.
Yeah, so let's see what they pick for Volskaya Industries. I mean, especially Freelo, have not seen this map yet. I'm sure they played in scrims. Do you think Tilted Miners is going to go pretty standard on this map? I know they like Blaze a lot. Obviously, they still want Stuke off.
They're not going to. This is Tilted Miners. They're not going to go standard. So,
I mean, yeah, they are down one map. They got to bring something out.
They got to bring something out, which I think they go back to their strengths, which is those weird off meta things that they've practiced and can run well. So I think you should see some sort of cheesy composition out of them for this map.
But which one? There's still Asman that can be a thing.
There's so many. So
do they bring out the Tyrael blow up that they like to do on Tomb of the Spider Queen? Seems like they tried to do a variation of it in Dragonshire, which did not work out too well because I think they were just limiting way too much wave clear.
Yeah, and frankly, with Tilted Miners, this is almost better options for them with these recent XP changes, snowballing early leads, them playing press R and win can work out well for them, especially if they can get 10 by around that time that second shrine pops up on Volskaya. And you see ban away Garrosh, and actually Skigum's not on Genji, he's going to be on Maiev, but you see the Garrosh ban away, it makes you wonder if they're going to go for another, just kill a hero composition.
Yeah, maybe they realized that Garrosh was the problem, not the fact that they were getting picked off by Maiev and picked off by... Oh, I mean, Garrosh was doing a lot of picks by themselves.
I know, but even with Tyrande, he's still got 15, 20 armor when he's low on health, even with Tyrande vulnerable on him, so they can't deal with him like that.
Immediately picking up the Junkrat. That's quite interesting on this map. And the Joanna, who I feel like got nerfs overall with this recent changes.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. She's slightly better against ability damage, much worse against auto attacks, but at least she has a blind to help deal with some of those auto attack things. But you're looking at area control, I think, as well as wave clear. What was Tilted Miners missing last game? All the wave clear. So they have 2 early wave clear heroes. I don't know if it's recognition of that fact or just a composition they've practiced, but this is right now a lot of shrine control. So I don't know if they're going to try to pick up an Alex after this, just increase that shrine control, or a Chromie even, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so Freelo answering with, I feel like, Hollis's favorite pick with the Diablo, and Richard on the Kayn. So, I mean, Kayn was banned last game, so we're going to see what's going to be so scary about it. They both provide a lot of map control.
Yeah, so what do you think about the Diablo builds now? Is you thinking Q build for kill, or just the standard Flame Lightning Breath build?
I think it's still Flame Lightning Breath, honestly, especially with the recent buffs. They actually buffed Lightning Breath more to give a little bit more survivability to Diablo. I think before that, honestly, if they had a lot of frontline, it was probably the Life Leech auto attack build. But we'll most likely see Flame Breath and Fire Stomp. Warden's Cage with a Flame Breath on top of it, that's pretty scary.
I like running Leoric and Tomb right into Lightning Breath. It's actually one of my favorite compositions to do. I don't think we're necessarily going to see that today, but Jaina offered a lot of control last time, so banning out 2 strong heroes that Freelo has recently played this last game.
Yeah, so they already banned out Stukov. I think we might see a Blaze ban here. Oh, called it.
You called it, yeah. It's still odd that I haven't seen Blaze prioritized as highly yet for both these teams as much as their past drafts would expect. So Tilted Miners, I think they need to get their kill pressure next.
Yeah, that actually
maybe even steal away that Sonya.
Yeah, that begs the question of why they prioritized Joanna over Blaze in the first year. I mean, Blaze is perfectly fine to be picked in the first round, but they're going with Medivh and another Uther. I mean, there's all the healers are available. They still have Malfurions available, Lucio. I mean, but they want to go with the Uther.
Genji's still available. I'm looking at the Medivh and what else that he can enable, essentially. It's enabling some sort of other... No, never mind. I mean, Junkrat can do the solo lane. It wouldn't be that standard.
I mean, they could still do Junkrat and the 4-man, and then, essentially 3-man. Medivh is going to be kind of your roamer to run back and forth between the lanes.
Yeah, but then their composition doesn't make sense. Medivh is enabling something. I don't see him enabling a Johanna to get in and out with the portals or shields.
Yeah,
the Uther doesn't make sense to have that Junkrat be that because he's going to slowly wear a team down over time, right? And Uther wants those bursty heals. So it feels like there's some sort of hard engage character coming up after this, and I unfortunately think I might know what one that was, having been on the receiving end of it once.
Yeah, but Uther, I mean, yeah, you're right. I don't really know what Uther is enabling on his team. Like, if you have the Divine Shield or... I mean, there's no way for them to go Divine
Is it
Storm.
Greymane? I know. I don't think it is, but we'll see here in a second.
Yeah, Greymane, we could see Butcher. What?
So I've been on the receiving end of this from Tilted Miners in some other games before, and so they've definitely practiced this. I'll put it that way. They've definitely practiced it, and I think this is their cheesy go-to of Butcher hard carry in this case.
Well then, so now you have Divine Shield on Uther on Butcher. You have Shield on Butcher. You have portals to get in and out for Butcher. And then you have a bunch of disruption.
You got Medivh will save him.
Yeah, and honestly, which is really, I think, a very wrong interaction, but Medivh's Leyline Seal will actually freeze Diablo while he's doing Lightning Breath. I feel like that shouldn't happen. He gets unstoppable, but it's like a stasis, I guess, kind of like DP.
Time stop. Yeah, time stop goes past that. So
I just feel like it still doesn't work like that. All right, make sure I have the right... Oh my god, these people are not playing the roles that I would expect them to play.
You assigned them before? Yeah, so Junkrat's your solo lane. Butcher, Medivh, Uther, Johanna. So Johanna supplements your wave clear as well, just because you have a Butcher in this case. So it's a lot of it's going to be playing around this Deckard and Maiev, I feel like.
I barely got that in time to get the right names on it, but oh well if I messed up. So game number 2 for Freelo versus Tilted Miners. We got Blackout on the Kael'thas, Richard Gere on the Kayn, Tythel on the Sonya once again, Skigum once again on the Maiev, and now Hollis on Diablo.
And for Tilted Miners, we have Rukdal over on the Uther. I just Fizz on Johanna, Jace on the Butcher, Arwolf on Junkrat, and the last guy, I'm forgetting his name, but he's on Medivh.
Should be Eiko.
Eiko's on Medivh. That's a problem. You know, Raven Form just doesn't have names associated with it.
That is true. It's very weird. So the thing is that Butcher doesn't come online until he gets stacks. And I mean, stacks requires kills or a lot of farming. Maiev once again already starting off with a huge 3-man pull, followed with the Deckard route.
Yeah, Butcher actually getting 0 stacks of meat so far, just off that first wave. Yeah. And Freelo doing something a little bit different. They're actually rotating their 4-man to the bot lane and putting their solo laner up top. And it looks like maybe they're going to stick Butcher up in the solo lane.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a situation where they're not expecting to get any kills. They'd rather Butcher not die, so they don't want him to get picked in the 4-man. And he'll just slowly farm up just from hitting the minions. So this will be a slow play. Yeah,
he can actually beat Sonya in the 1v1. You see Tythel actually respecting that a lot, just staying back. She didn't pick... Oh, no, she did pick block, so actually she can win this one. For some reason, I was looking at a different character.
Yeah, if she gets charged, she can not die, essentially. She probably won't beat Butcher.
Yeah, just walk away as soon as he drops his W on you, and as Sonya, you'll probably be just fine.
Yeah, so a lot of times with this map, you want to prioritize these turret camps. The turrets will give you so much kill potential on the actual shrine, but a nice bomb from the Junkrat, but it's actually going to put Junkrat in a bad position to get pulled by the Diablo. Maiev looking for these resets. Everybody's kind of spreading out, but Chain Bomb ends up killing Junkrat. So that's going to be the first kill.
Yeah, just seeing Junkrat, especially getting low down there, just staying on the point, letting your death bombs do a little bit of work. You know, I don't think wins you that fight, but maybe it tilts in your favor a little bit more. But, you know, this Butcher up here is up to 16 stacks. You're right, he's just slowly edging away at it.
spreading their change bombs. Hopefully they don't continue to see this throughout the game. That is one of the annoying parts about Kael'thas is that, if your team, if you're in the midst of a team fight and everybody's looking to focus on that one target and then that chain bomb just starts spreading, it does bonkers damage if you don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, I kind of like the Kael'thas here as well. It gives you some wave clear, and it's another stun, so it helps prevent whatever that Medivh, because they picked at a time they didn't know that last pick, so they're picking up a stun to help stop any sort of engage that Tilted Miners is going to try to run.
Yeah, and honestly, Diablo is really good to counter Medivh as well, just because if he sees the portal go down, like expecting somebody to take it, then he can, if he has the flip and he's right next to it, he just flips them away and charges them away. It's harder to do because you don't expect it to happen, but it's still a very good counter.
Yeah, and Echo right now getting 9 stacks, trying to get just poke away at Blackout to stack this, but not too bad. He's about a fourth of the way done actually with his Medivh quest.
And I casted a game earlier this week, I don't know if anybody's paying attention, of a Division A game where their Junkrat actually completed the level 4 quest at 16 minutes. By level 16, completed that quest.
Were they playing against Lost Vikings and Samuro at the same time?
No, it wasn't. It was ridiculous. They were just team fighting nonstop for like 15 minutes. But right now we're seeing this Junkrat at 2, and I'm a little disappointed, honestly. I got spoiled by this other Junkrat.
2 levels in, 2 hits. But, Team Freelo is, surprisingly fighting quite a bit. So, yeah, not seeing RL stack this more often.
Yeah, they're still going for it. Maybe they still have a healing camp, 2 towers. Uther's barely being saved by the Medivh. Actually does not because of the stun from Blackout. Good job for them. And they're going to have full control of this first objective.
Yeah, I mean, Tilted Miners already got 71% on it. Butcher's just looking to continue to stack, and honestly, I don't think you just want to make sure he doesn't die. You can give up the first Protector, make sure Butcher gets up to, gets his stacks.
But can you give up the first Protector, though? I mean, the Protector does a lot of damage now, and they don't have too much poke.
Sure, but all the towers right now, he's lost,
Not like that.
But all the towers now give less XP, so, it's less snowballing potential for Freelo at this point.
They're looking for the
I
Shawana.
think the late game with your Butcher's more important than losing 10 early.
Yeah, that's definitely not what they want to do. And they still have another turret. I mean, this is 100% the Protector.
It's like Battleship down there.
Yeah. So, first Protector of the game. Pretty early on, 4 minutes in. What's usually the strat to do with this?
So generally, a strategy: you just take 2 towers, rotate top, take 2 more towers and a well to set up for your second. With the most recent XP changes, like I think you saw with the Dragon Knight, the last game, they might prioritize the forts more because that's going to give you a bigger XP boost.
It is a lot harder to push into them. It does look like they're rotating up. Maybe they're going to try to kill this Butcher.
Yeah, a lot of the strategy here is mostly just about getting the well. The XP is nice from the towers, but getting the well sets you up for the second Protector so much better.
That's true, and usually the second Protector is guaranteed to be top, right? I believe. Ooh,
Yeah, no, it's always guaranteed. It goes mid, top, bot,
yeah,
and then it just repeats. So
Harwolf just stood in that Protector, I don't know what you call it, laser line, fissure line, and just chunked that damage. But they're still, I mean, they can still pressure. They're essentially 2 levels lead, almost level 10.
yeah, and so that's this most recent change about reducing the XP from these towers. If that hadn't happened, you'd see Freelo at 10 already and trying to bully him, getting up for it. So
that's very true.
Some of those XP changes you're seeing impacts.
So looking at the quest here, Maiev is still not as high as she was last game. Medivh is actually already stacked, so that's really good. Butchers is pretty lacking there in the Bloods, and that is pretty much going to be their kill potential. And seeing it stack up that slowly is not going to look good for Tilted.
No, I mean he lost 15 early on, and he's not being able to get any sort of kills. So right now they're going right in on this Sonya to see if they can get any work done with Echo.
Yeah, but luckily that block is helping her out. Actually, the potions from Deckard Cain that were still down there keeping her alive.
Just left 2 of them around, just walks back. It's like casually walks back through. And that's how Sonya wins that lane against Butcher quite often is, okay, you charge me, I will just casually walk away. You'll get a few attacks, but I'm just going to whirlwind on a wave and get that health back up, so I don't really worry about it.
Yeah, most of the time neither teams will, well, neither the Butcher nor the Sonya will actually kill each other. They'll just not lose. But we are going to have a short pause here. His frames are really bad. So we just got somebody that's gonna relog. Gonna take some time. So right now we're looking at level 11 for Freelo, level 9, kind of just barely reached for Tilted Miners. Next objective is probably going to be spawning in 30 to 40 seconds. I mean, essentially they just have to give up to 10, right, for Tilted?
Oh, and right now, I think they got two options right now. They either try to collapse on bottom where they just saw two of Freelo by themselves, get a Raven, get a portal in for your Butcher, and try to get some kills. Try to reach 10 as quick as you can before this next one comes up. They should have 10, but any sort of pressure bot lane, they already lost, part of that well top. I think maybe trying to set up for your third protector and having Tilted's hopes placed on that third protector on bottom by getting a front wall well, or maybe even a forward on bottom, trade your top for bot. Maybe an option for them. They need to get the kills though here.
Yeah, but Freelo's they're going to need something because Freelo's been playing the rotations of this map so well. The prioritization of the turret camps is exactly what you want to see. They actually have 3 turrets in their possession. And I don't know, you can't really push into an objective with that many.
No, and that's why I think that if you are on the side of Tilted, you try to aim for the third one. Like, I think you almost write off the top one, work to get value somewhere else. Because let's say they leave, Freelo has to leave somebody. Let's say Sonya up on top, and then you have a 5v4 with Medivh, Butcher, Uther. I think that's an option for Tilted to try to get advantages elsewhere on the map besides the top protector this next time.
Yeah, hopefully they can we haven't really seen any Medivh portals being used to any effectiveness yet, mainly because they don't have the Butcher with them in that 4-man. So we'll have to see if they can somehow start to utilize that eventually. Because, at this point, you're 7 minutes into the game. Butcher is at 56 stacks. Unless you start getting kills, that's not going to rack up very quick.
No, that's why I think that they need to go get kills on bottom lane here.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you also have mage armor on Medivh. Like, they're putting so much value into this Butcher. Let's get them to do work. Take these off even fights with Medivh portals in. Try to start working on getting those kills. At this point, you haven't been able to stack Butcher safely early, so why not go take the risk and try to get stacks for him now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. There's still a heal camp available as well, so we'll probably be seeing some. Can you reconnect to a custom game after you relog? Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Well, most likely we'll probably see Freelo. They could be aggressive here. They do have 10s. They don't see Butcher on the map, but we'll probably see a rotation up to the healing camp. Junior says there's no option for it. Well, I hope he's going to be able to get back in.
There is generally an option for it. Yeah, that'd be odd if there wasn't.
Yeah, that's not going to be that's not going to go well for them if he's not able to get back on.
No, not an important game on the semifinals like this on your Junkrat, which needs to have your wave clear and really set up some of these advantages for Butcher. So, what do you think about Freelo? Do they just continue to play standard on this map? What do you think they need to continue to do to secure the win?
Well, the Maiev has been getting some good pulls as expected. The Diablo, he's fully stacked. Honestly, they just got to keep looking for people out. They're taking 4v4s, which I think is a lot better for them than once they start going into the 5v5s. I think the 5v5 with full 10s is, it's still not going to be that scary. All they're really scared of is possibly a ley line or like isolating one person with a ley line, Butcher slaughtering one person so that they're silenced and then trying to murder that person, which can be pretty beneficial for them. That's a very valid strat that should be easy to pull off or easy enough. But I feel like Freelo's comp so far is conducive to be like, we don't care. We'll still fight you 4v5.
Yeah, if Skigum gets these insane tethers, 3-4-man tethers, into this, you got Kel'Thas chain bombs. I like Kel'Thas into that sort of composition. You got lightning breath, Phoenix on top of that as well. It's pretty deadly. Might as well call it the new washing machine once you get Sonya to whirlwind inside that.
Would that be if inside the Warden's cage?
That used to be Chen inside Sonya's Ariat, but you might as well. This is way easier to pull off. So they'll bounce off the sides.
That was actually probably the most fun combo with the washing machine at level 20. Because to watch somebody just bounce around like that, back and forth with a Sonya like whirlwind on top of them, it was just so funny.
Almost as good as two chins trying to kick each other at the same moment, and then
I
going
had to
up
do
infinite.
the spiral.
Guy.
Yeah. Oh man, this game
Good
with
old,
its
good old chin
bugs.
bugs.
Yeah.
Now, if only people could play them more often.
If only Blizzard allowed him to be viable.
He's only on the top of every patch notes, so
it's on top of everybody's mind.
yeah, it's on top of everybody's mind that he's still not buffed.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a little bit of break while these guys try to rejoin Skig'em. Is there anything else you want to touch on this game?
I mean, I think we feel like we've said everything that can be said. I don't really want to.
Oh, okay, then I got a question for you. How would you buff Chen to be viable?
Ooh. So I've actually talked to my brother about this a lot because he loves Chen, even though
I'm sorry for him.
I know he always wants to play him, but we're always like, no, it's not going to happen. I believe his thought was that I forget what it was. It was something about his shielding. I mean, obviously you have to be able to interrupt. I think it's either the kick has to do that slow right off the bat, like baseline slow. I think that helps it out. I mean, the biggest problem with Chen is that he doesn't provide anything else besides that body block. Like that's pretty much all he can do.
Yeah, he just does that and tanks infinite amount of damage by drinking. So
yeah, he's kind of just.
I kind of want to see him change his brew mechanic and remove a brew cost from his abilities and actually just make them cooldown based and make his brew mechanic more like a slowly increasing and then degrading shield, kind of like how it currently is. But so it sticks around, but he has to drink occasionally, keep that shield up and balance more on his health, and just have his
so like the shield's always
just,
there,
like Illidan.
So like you're saying the shield depletes in relation to the brew.
Basically, yeah, just replace that shield with brew of some X amount, some percentile. But you know how now he has a talent he could take in his brew lasts after he's drinking for like an extra 2 or 3 seconds additional.
Right.
Just have it slowly, so while you're drinking, that shield slowly regenerates and gets up to a full cap amount of X amount, and then when you leave, it slowly starts degrading over time. Basically, it's a fairly quick amount, and just have his abilities just cooldown based, so they don't cost a resource for him. Because he feels really bad. You're like, I use 3 abilities now. I'm out of brew, and I have to drink at a mobile, and they're just walking away.
Yeah, so. I'm stuck here while if you do your kick and then you sit there and throw your brew and then the fire breath, and then you have to sit there and drink while they just walk away from you. And now we might have a problem here. So it seems like the person who quit to fix their frames might have canceled out of the rejoin process.
That would be really unfortunate.
That means there's no way for him to get back in. At this point, there's no way that they're going to do a remake.
Yeah, I think they're talking about just playing with the bot now. So that's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
If you want to play with the bot, you want the Uther or I'm not Uther.
ETC.
You want Muradin
or
ETC bot.
Yeah, ETC bot with the God Mosh.
Yeah. Yep, I think they're resigned to be playing with the bot at this point.
Unfortunate. So, what are some other duo combos that you like?
Duo combos?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like there's maybe for the memes you got Anna Alarak, with stuff like that where you got the. What is it called? Nano boost on Alarak, getting those combos.
Yeah, so I think they're actually looking. They might be ready here to restart, but I think Anna Malthael, Anna Cho'Gall is absolutely hilarious. So
we try to.
I guess the last one's a trio, but
all right, you can.
Anna anything is just funny if you can get it to work.
You go ahead and do the countdown and unpause.
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Actually, since I swapped scenes again, I wonder if we'll redo the whole open thing. It looks like it's not. All right, well, so unfortunate after this pause, it looks like Junkrat is going to be a bot for the remainder of the game. So we'll see. Maybe Junkrat's going to make some plays. I mean, Junkrat can still get some big riptires, or maybe Rocket Ride. We'll see what it picks, actually. That'll be more interesting.
Yeah, but Akko's finished his quest, so he can work on trying to get out here. But Butcher, just going passively, I think once you have an AI Junkrat, that's probably better rather than trying to go for kills. Just letting Butcher offlane for a bit.
Yep. Level 10's still just now reached for Tilted Miner. Skigum's actually going a little too hard and dying to the keep and the 4-man. Almost traded with the Medivh.
Yeah, if you are Freelo, why not though? I mean, you're against a bot. Why not play a little aggressive, try to look for advantages where you can.
And before they throw because bot.
I'm starting up an exit.
So
now you're playing with a bot as Tilted Miner. What I mean, besides the obvious adjustment of having another beer, what else do you think Tilted Miner should be doing here?
Well, obviously they just hit level 10. They're even talent tiers now. We do have Leyline. We actually have Furnace Blast, not Slaughter. That's quite surprising that they're going to try to look for the one-man burst. Junkrat as a bot obviously is not picked yet, but the big Leyline hitting 4 people. They don't have Butcher in range yet, but that was a huge Leyline to actually stop that team fight from pushing in.
Yeah, but they tried to very briefly to restart it, but Junkrat AI just blows up. Did he? No, never mind. I thought he was trying to use his Riptire, but he did not.
He hasn't even picked it yet, so it's
Yeah.
impossible for him. But I mean, that was a chance. Unfortunately, that the Butcher wasn't there. Honestly, that was probably the team fight that they wanted to take because they were on even talent tiers. Now there is essentially, Flame Breath is up, Leap is up, Warden's Cage is going to be up, and there's going to be 2 ultimates down for Tilted. So this is going to be a little bit of a harder team fight.
Leyline's down. Let's just go in for the Warden's Cage Lightning Breath here.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing to stop him from doing that combo now.
No. I mean, Jason the Butcher is up to 100 stacks so far.
Yeah, so he's getting there. I mean, if the game goes any longer, he can definitely get there. But there's the Warden Cage comes out with the Light Breath, immediately killing out 2 members, forcing the Divine Shield onto the Butcher. And that's about as we expected them to go without the Leyline.
Yeah, I don't think Jace is going to be getting any more value out of this. Everybody's just trying to run away from him, as you do with the Butcher, then turn around and kill him.
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised why they went Furnace Blast. I would think that they would want to have isolated one person with the Lamps of the Slaughter.
Yeah, I would have thought so as well. But you don't know what happens once you get the Junkrat. So maybe they're looking. So maybe their other combo is part of it. Could just be throwing down the Lamps of the Slaughter and getting the Riptire. But with an AI, you don't have that guaranteed. Maybe they're just looking for damage somewhere else because you can't rely on the Riptire anymore.
Yeah, let's look to see how long it takes an AI to pick its ultimate. It's been essentially 2.5 levels.
I don't know if he's going to pick it until level 13. So, because I know Blizzard made that change a while back where your bots don't pick talents right away in case you rejoin.
Right. Another big pull from the Maiev and a 4-man 4-man Leyline, but the Punisher just comes out, not Punisher, Protector just comes out and immediately just blows up Medivh.
Eiko sacrifices himself just to save the AI Junkrat, and AI Junkrat is randomly hurting. So
feels bad, man.
Sorry.
What a disruption from the Diablo. So first blast, not first blast. The Butcher coming in trying to make some type of play. Says, I'm at least gonna kill one person. Charge it into the Kael'thas. Put Hollis on the Diablo's like, nope. I'm gonna soak up that damage for you. Put the counter kill on the
Shield
Kael'thas.
over on Eiko onto this Medivh. They just let it run out and then they just body him right afterwards.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely timing out their abilities again, waiting for the Medivh shield to wear off before they really put in a lot of their damage. Also level 13 now. Junkrat still hasn't picked it.
No, I was gonna say I thought it was gonna pick at 13, but it has not yet picked, so it must be a time requirement, frankly.
Yeah, I just want to wait. I want the game to last until Junkrat picks talents, honestly.
Freelo might not let it last that long.
Yeah. One keep down. Once again, kind of the similar story from game number 1 where they have the 3-level lead here.
Yeah, and they're just gonna roll straight down to bot. They're gonna get this turret, and I'm assuming just go down, take another fort, and take a front keep wall so they can end with the 3rd protector.
Yeah, and we did see full W build from Diablo. Actually going the Devil's Due now instead of Soul of the Feast, something like that, whatever the level 1 that got changed.
So this AI is now trolling
it did go
Tilted
rocket
Miners,
red.
I think.
Now we got to see clutch Rocket Ride plays onto the Maiev that already used her jump. That's what I'm waiting for.
That's what I'm waiting for. And Chattering Teeth at level 13. Steel teeth traps will slowly chase their enemies now. Hollis is going to be really scared of that Diablo.
Yeah. So in chat, Zuzuball says Furnace Blast Portal is the play. Yeah, that could be interesting. If you could time that out where you hit Furnace Blast early and then teleport into him with a portal, that would be interesting. Junkrat, no, Rocket Ride.
Dude, come on, Rocket Ride Junkrat.
Do it.
Yeah.
But they're getting some
Right
kills. Oh, there it is.
He's finally doing
I'm waiting for it. On the map. Oh, no. The last second, he went the other direction. Oh, feels bad, man. So the Tilted Miners actually got a lot of damage done in that fight, honestly, with the bot. They just barely made it out with Maiev.
Yeah, that bot was basically... I don't know if I just was trying to kill Junkrat or what he's doing.
The body blocking.
But yeah, I mean, that Junkrat was out in the backside anyway. He wasn't even doing a whole lot. That was a lot of just Butcher Medivh, specifically Medivh damage going in on there.
Yeah, if they didn't have a bot there, they actually probably would have been able to get some kills.
All right, you're throwing Medivh is throwing up 30,000 damage here. Junkrat is in second with 27, but Johanna's with 25 herself. So
yeah, well, I mean, what Butcher's up to? I mean, he has died a couple times now. I think that right now they're just trying to at least save some of their, I don't know, mentality. Try to get one kill. Butcher diving in, ends up going down. And it looks like this might end up being the final breath for Tilted Miners.
yeah, I just think if you're Hollis, just end it here. So
Yeah, get Tilted Miners out of their misery. They have 5 man up, full on the core, and that's going to be game number 2 and the match for Freelo.
yeah, you know, very dominant game number 1, and unfortunate disconnect making a dominant game number 2.
Yeah, I hate to see it, but, you know, stuff happens. It's kind of one of the risks. If you try to rejoin and hit the cancel, you're going to have a bad time.
God, that, you know, doing as much prep as both teams go into, that just has to feel really unfortunate on the side of Tilted Miners. Just a misclick, trying to get back to the game, the pressure's on to get back. You're a little bit behind, and to make a mistake like that, you know, it's just really unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, congratulations to Team Freelo. They're going to move on to the first Division A West team to actually move into the finals. I believe their counterparts are going to be playing tomorrow to see who they play against. But let's see if we can get somebody in for an interview.
Yeah, and Freelo's going to be up against Blasting Burrows, which is probably going to be the real rivalry of West this whole season. Blasting Burrows always in second, Freelo always in number 1. Both teams play very strong. I think Freelo probably has a better early game than Burrows, but it should be an excellent series to watch.
All right, well, just 1 second while we get people to respond to me. Freelo.
Who are you going to get, Skigum or Hollis or
That's what I'm
Richard
trying to
Gere?
ask. Let's see here. All right, so I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. Oh, it's gonna be just Skiggums. Okay, so let's do have a quick pause on the voice. Let's just move into lobby 1.
Okay, I'll see you over there. And we're back.
And it's back. So now I need to change. Oh no, but there's no video of Dangstrom anymore.
That's all right. Nobody's looking at me.
Oh, I actually went to the wrong lobby. Oh well, we had to move him down here for a little bit. But well, how you doing, Skiggums? Congratulations on the win. Feels a little bad about there at the end, but you know, a win's a win.
Yeah, it feels pretty rough. I mean, I just feel really bad for those guys. But I mean, overall, I felt like we played really well both games. I thought that we avoided the blow-up comp really well, really played our game. So feels good in that aspect.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys did. Like game number 1, you were playing against the Varian and the essentially, not really, it was just Varian Tyrande on Dragonshire. What were you guys thinking when you saw those first 3 picks?
It was really interesting because we definitely thought the early game drafting was going to go a lot different, and we didn't really think that we would end up with a Maiev. So that was pretty nice early on, and then they pulled out the Varian Tyrande, and I felt like we actually countered it pretty well. We were definitely really hesitant though compared to a little bit other stuff on like how to play the game going forward, but I thought that we brought it together really well, and we did good.
Yeah, I think it worked out pretty well. With the Maiev, so what were you guys thinking? Obviously, you guys banned off the Stukov in both games, honestly, because I think you guys already made jokes that Rectal plays the Stukov all the time.
Yeah, Rectal's like a freaking Stukov main. He's insane at it. There's like games where he just hits like. There's been team fights where he hits like 3-man roots and just like wins some team fights. Yeah. So,
were you guys expecting a Deckard Kane ban against you?
We were not.
Was Deckard in the prospects of even being picked?
Yeah, we actually love Deckard.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it was like, hey, we're gonna go and first pick him, but yeah, I mean, Deckard's good. He's strong. Love him.
You got any questions?
Except for when you're running away and Richard throws fucking healing pots back at their team, and you have to turn around and run back in and try to get him. You know what I mean, Dank, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. So... No, so I have a few questions, I guess, about game number one there. Were you ever concerned about running into that kill comp? You mentioned you're a little bit hesitant, but you have that great Garrosh up on the front line. What were your concerns about how that game was going to play out?
Yeah, so initially we were kind of concerned, and then we got the Garrosh. And Garrosh does really well with Indomitable and tossing an ally who would try to chain stun. I didn't feel like they really comboed it that well. I felt like there was just a lot of free things going on, and they didn't really try to lock somebody down. I feel like they had very few kills that game that were really taunt, stun, Genji blow.
Yeah, I think we mentioned earlier on in the draft how when they first picked up the Genji Garrosh or Genji Varian Tyrande, we're like, they have no wave clear. They still have to pick a solo laner, and they still have to pick probably a main support. Like, I think that definitely hurt them throughout the rest of the game because, like I said, they couldn't land a full combo because they're too busy rotating around to get waves and put them behind. Did you guys notice that right off the bat?
Oh yeah. We knew it right away. We were like, okay, they have no wave clear, so what we need to do is get our early sieges out, and then we just need to run out, just like free push lanes and try to get everything that we can before 4. I mean, I don't feel like we got that much before 4, but after 4, we just like started really playing well together and turned it around.
Yeah, I know Hollis doesn't play that Garrosh too much. At least during the seasonal games, he never really prioritized Garrosh. I mean, obviously Garrosh is still pretty easy, but was that specifically just for the Varian?
Yes, it was. And it's something that we're not like afraid to play. It's just we feel like he's better on other tanks.
Okay, fair enough.
So you getting Maiev both games seemed really dangerous. You're landing 3-man tethers quite often. Really, who do you prefer better, Maiev or the Genji?
Oh, come on.
Or Tracer.
I would say, like, from a pure skill point of view, I like Genji more. I feel like the plays are kind of like more flashy and more fun to do. I mean, Maiev is just like solid. She's just like tanky. She's there. You can like almost stick her in the front line. You can dive back line. You can just do so much with her. She's very versatile.
And I have a few questions about you guys' prep, because I know you as a team, and I believe Richard Gear Hollis do a lot of scouting, a lot of prep for these drafts. How did you guys prep for Tilted Miners when they're known for running so many off-the-wall, weird compositions?
It was very difficult. We definitely knew that we wanted to take away the Stukov, and then we were kind of looking, and we knew that they played the Genji. So kind of first game we were looking to try to either, ban out the Stukov, try to get the Genji if we could. But it's definitely a lot harder to play against teams like that rather than like a standard meta. We know what they're going to play. They know what we're going to play, and we're just going to try to outskill them.
You think that's the outskilling? So you're more confident in the outskilling than you are in getting cheesed?
Absolutely. I feel like, I don't want to sound mean, but I feel like there really isn't a team in Division A that can just like go toe-to-toe with us in a same comp. I feel like we would come on top pretty much 90% of the time.
Well, then leading that into next week, then Blasting Burrows is probably a team that can do that with you.
Yes, they are,
Yeah.
and it's going to be really interesting.
Sorry,
we went one-on-one during the season.
You said there wasn't going to be a team that could do that, but then that Blasting Burrows can. So, so which is it for your team? Do you think Blasting Burrows can stand toe to toe, or you guys are just going to be able to beat them straight up?
Nope. I believe in us. I'm gonna run at them all game. That's the plan.
Easy Skagami feeds.
That's how I win. That's how I feed.
Yeah.
They're both the same. They're both the same strategies.
What are you betting on for next week? You think it's gonna be a straight 2-0 or 2-1?
No, I think it's gonna be 2-1. When we played them in the season, it was they stomped us the first map. We came back and we did very well and pretty much ran away with the second map. So definitely momentum. There's just a lot of, time's really good. Solo laner's really good. I mean, their whole team's good. But I feel like our whole team is very good too. And
Definitely.
we've been playing well together.
All right, well, you got any other questions, Angstrom?
Yeah, how do you guys feel like having a senior citizen like Richard Gere on your team?
Dude, it's hard because
he has a bedtime.
He's got times. Yeah, the bedtime. It's terrible. Just like
sometimes the gums. He's got his teeth he has to put in so he can talk well and be able to hear him.
Yeah, actually falls asleep during draft, and then you just hear him snoring and just yelling crazy stuff.
The old grandpa snore. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Awesome.
I mean, he's an old guy too, so it's I'm pretty sure he's past his bedtime. I'm sure he's like pretty much in a coma right now from staying up this late.
Well, that's the last question I had. I had asked the goofy one at the end. So,
so I guess with that, you're gonna have to give some type of shout out to Richard, right? But what are your shout outs?
Yeah, absolutely. Big shout outs to my team for doing this, sticking together through some rough times when we first came together. Big shout outs to NGS for putting this league together. Big shout outs to you guys for coming out here casting. All the viewers out there that are just coming in, watching our games, getting hyped, talking in chat. Shout out to 2+2. Shout out to Victoria's Secret for scrimming us. Shout outs to First Pick Gazlo for warming us up today and doing a really good job of that. Shout outs to Div A West for keeping it cool, keeping it calm. You guys are the best.
It is pretty calm. So, well, congratulations once again, and good luck next week.
Thank you. See you guys.
Yeah, good luck.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for us tonight. Didn't go too late. Both games were pretty quick, fortunately and unfortunately. You always want to see that third game. But thanks for joining me, Dengstrom. Had a lot of fun. Great guy, great caster. Where can people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at DingstromHots or in the NGS Discord channel, where also a member of Division A West, and looking to put some teams together. So just hit me up.
Yeah, and you guys, obviously your run is over for this season, but you guys are definitely playing next season, right? Any big surprises for next season?
Nope, we're gonna get a second team rolling for next season on the other side of the coast, over on East Coast, and so that should be fun to have some consistent scrimmage partners and some folks to learn from and develop with. So nothing secret there. You'll see the real Ultimate Mosh Pit again next season in NGS. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, there you go, guys. If you think you can compete in Division A, look for the team. I think they're looking for team recruitment channel, looking to join Trump's sister team on the East. But that's going to be it. As for myself, believe next week are the finals. Those are going to be determined, specifically picked casters. So I have no idea if I'm going to be casting next week. But you can find me on. I'll probably be playing next season as well on NGS. I don't know if I'll move into Division A, but probably stay with Division B with my team. See if we can get a little bit better, not get knocked out in the playoffs. Past that, thanks everybody for joining. Hope you guys had a good time. Let me know if there's anything to improve on, but you'll see me around. Have a good night.
Thanks for having us. Have a good night.